Hello and welcome to the Ugly Apple YouTube channel. So I've got myself a small little compact and I got it with the backhoe and bucket. I wanted to have a blade for the front of it, but I'm really cheap and so I didn't want to buy one, and I'm not a great welder. I don't work with metal a whole lot, so at the end of the day I know my limitations, so I decided that I was going to make one out of wood. I know wood, I like wood, I've got a sawmill. It's, you know, it just seemed like a no-brainer to me. So what I came up with was this guy here. That's my blade for pushing snow, and it just mounts right on the front of the bucket. Now some people, maybe even a lot of people, are going to see this and think it's pretty Mickey Mouse, and I get that, I understand. It's the world we live in. It's just sort of a consumer world where when you need something you go out and buy it rather than making it for yourself. However, given the lifestyle that I've chosen to live, I'd much sooner make it for myself. I've now been using this exact snow plow or snow blade for, I think it's four or five winters now. And it's not just the driveway, which I'll show you later, but I also use it to keep the trails open in the woods. And I haven't done any repairs to it. I haven't done anything to it in that time. This is as I built it. So the way that this is designed is I've got a lip at the bottom across there, and that's where the blade of the bucket sits in there. So it's actually tucked up in behind so that it's not grabbing snow and filling up my bucket on me. And then I have a channel on this side and a channel on that side, and those go on the uprights of the bucket. See that one there and that one over there. So that slides inside of that channel. So, like I said, that bottom lip goes on top of the blade. Let's see if you can see that there. Right? So it's just sitting right on top of there. And then, if you look down there, you can see I've got that lined up with that rail. This side here lined up the same way. And then, I'll do this forehand. That's it. So that's all there was to it, to mounting it. It's in place now. To hold it in place, I always keep ratchet straps hanging on the side of the tractor. You can see it back there on the rollover protection that the post. So I just have them hanging on there so they're quick and easy to access. Hook right on there. Come up over the top. Put this side in the same spot on this side. Ratchet her down. Put that out of the way. There you go. So at this point, as you can see, I've just resorted to putting the strap right over top of it. You know, a little bit of snow gets caught on here, and you'll see at the end that, you know, I have to scrape that snow off. But at the end of the day, this is a lot quicker. I did originally, when I built it in the first season anyways, is that I ran the ratchet strap through here. Right? So you can see it goes all the way through. One other feature that I added on to it was I have a piece of angle iron on here. See, it's what, 1/8 inch angle iron, drilled some holes in it. Just regular old screws are on there, and it's held for 4 or 5 years. You know, the wood was getting beat up by the ice and gravel for the first couple of plows. So now with that angle iron on there, it does a really good job of scraping the driveway and scraping the snow down. So I'll show you here. Take a look at the job that it does. You know, anybody who was the committee, you wouldn't think that this was plowed with a wooden plow blade. And so there's the laneway. So we do up there, and then all the way around, goes around that circle, comes back around to here, snow gets pushed back into there. Yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything as far as what the blade is, so I'll show you a little bit of the plowing. I left a section of the driveway unplowed, and I'll plow that so you can see it in action. And then I'll show you removal of the blade. All right. Now, admittedly, this is not a great deal of snow that I'm pushing around. It's only about 5 centimeters, which is roughly 2 inches. However, if you'd like to see the plow in action pushing a larger amount of snow, then stick around to the end, or you can skip ahead to about the 12-minute mark, and at that point you can see the plow in action in more extreme conditions, I guess. The removal of it's pretty straightforward. Just, you know, putting it on in reverse. So I've got the ratchet strap down here, as you saw when I installed it. It comes across the front and hooks on there. Ratchet strap off, take care of that later. Now, I don't know if it would help or anything. I guess an improvement, they wouldn't be too expensive, might be to, like using, say, a 55-gallon plastic drum, plastic barrel, cutting it up and then bolting it onto the face of this. You might avoid having the snow stick to it. I don't know. Seems like more effort and time and energy than I want to put into it, because this serves me just fine, and so what I have to scrape some snow off of the wall. Anyways, back to the removal. Straps are off. That's it. And that way there, I can now have the tractor with just the bucket so that I can actually move snow around if I need to, or when it's time to go and harvest some wood from the woodlot to make firewood, then I can have the bucket available to me to load the branches and whatnot into. So yeah, so that's my take on a simple, easy, inexpensive way to have a snow pusher for your small tractor. And you know, it's just about thinking outside the box, perhaps a little bit at times, and realizing that it's not a matter of what you look like when you're getting the job done. It's not about looking good when you get the job done. It's just about getting the job done. And for me, the less money I can spend and the less time that I can waste on getting stuff done, the better my life is. So if you check out YouTube, you know, other channels. Hey bud, come up. Oh, there you go. You'll find others who have similar ideas of using wood. I wasn't able to find a whole lot of them when I was originally looking at this, and I haven't really looked at it a great deal since then, as after all, you know, proof of concept. Anyways, there may be others out there that might be worth looking at. That it's really, it comes down to what's available to you, what your brain thinks of, how your brain thinks, and how you come up with solutions to problems. This was just a problem I had, and I needed to solve it. You know, it's a matter of being willing to ignore, I guess, other people, the naysayers, the ones who are so, I don't know, so indoctrinated into, you know, the right way of doing things. There is no right way. You know, if you get the job done, it's right. Even if you didn't get the job done, it wasn't wrong. It was just not right for that particular instance. It doesn't mean that it's a fail because, well, you learned something. So if anytime you learn something, well, that's a win, and that's getting it right, in my opinion. Anyways, that's getting a little philosophical, getting into areas that I don't really feel like getting into here. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and maybe we'll see you in another video. Maybe we won't. In the meantime, take care, and don't let other people tell you what you can and cannot do. Just, you know, have some faith in yourself and trust that you can get it done. Well, we got about 20 centimeters of snow yesterday. That'll give you an opportunity to see the plow in action. So I've got the tractor warming up there a bit. There's the plow. The cold's affecting the battery, or it wasn't fully charged, I don't know. So I'll show you a quick few passes with the plow, just to give you an idea with some more snow, what I showed the other day, and we'll go from there. I was right, the camera died, or the battery died, so I finished up the driveway, but I left this section here, do the best I can. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video, I guess. Cheers. Take care now.